Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, Lions fans, buckle up because the upcoming NFL season promises to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and a lot of that excitement revolves around one of the most crucial positions on the field, pass rush. As the Lions gear up for the 2025 season, there's a buzz of anticipation about how they're going to build on their recent successes and push even further towards the ultimate goal, returning to the Super Bowl. Now, what's particularly interesting is how the team is strategically looking to bolster their defense, especially the pass rush, which has been a point of concern in past seasons, but also an area with immense potential for growth. Over the last few years, Detroit has shown that they're serious contenders, especially with their young, talented core on offense and a defense that's been steadily improving. But if the Lions want to truly make a splash in 2025, they need to address some key spots, particularly that edge rush position opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Hutchinson, of course, has been a standout since entering the league, earning Pro Bowl honors early in his career and establishing himself as one of the premier pass rushers in the NFL. But even with Hutchinson's rising star power, Detroit's defense needs that consistent, reliable presence on the other side, someone who can complement Hutchinson's explosiveness and create chaos for opposing quarterbacks. And here's where the latest buzz gets even more intriguing. There's a strong rumor floating around that the Lions might be eyeing a trade for Cincinnati Bengals edge rusher Trey Hendrickson. Now, if you've been paying attention to NFL news, you already know Hendrickson's name rings bells. Last season, he led the league with 5 sacks, an incredible feat that earned him first-team All-Pro honors and his fourth consecutive Pro Bowl selection. Hendrickson isn't just a one-hit wonder, he's a proven playmaker, a guy who consistently gets after the quarterback, and a player who could be a game-changer in Detroit's defensive scheme. But why would the Bengals consider trading Hendrickson? Well, it's all about contract and age. Hendrickson is entering the final year of the deal he signed 2 years ago, a one-year extension that pays him $21 million in 2025. Cincinnati might be hesitant to commit long-term to a 30-year-old pass rusher, especially considering their salary cap situation and the youth they're trying to develop on defense. So, if the Lions see the opportunity to acquire a player of Hendrickson's caliber at a reasonable price, it could be a steal for Detroit and a huge boost for their Super Bowl aspirations. Now, what would that trade look like? According to some analysts, like Moe Morton from Bleacher Report, the Lions could offer a second-round pick in 2026 along with a fifth-rounder to the Bengals. It's a bold move, no doubt, but in the NFL today, sometimes bold moves are exactly what it takes to push your team over the edge. And for a team that's already shown they can compete, remember, Detroit finished strong last season, earning a playoff spot and making some serious noise in the postseason. Adding a player like Hendrickson could be the final piece they need to elevate their defense to elite status. The importance of a player like Hendrickson for Detroit cannot be overstated. His ability to generate pressure, to collapse the pocket from the edge, and to force turnovers. He's not just about sacks. He's about disrupting the entire offensive rhythm of the opposition. And with Hutchinson drawing double teams and commanding attention, Hendrickson's presence could open up even more opportunities for other pass rushers and defensive linemen. It's about creating a symphony of pressure that keeps quarterbacks guessing, forces hurried throws, and ultimately leads to turnovers and scoring chances for Detroit. But let's not forget the context of the Lions' roster. While they have some decent depth on their defensive line, they lack that consistent, game-changing edge rusher who can take over a game. Marcus Davenport has the talent but has struggled with injuries, missing numerous games over the last 2 seasons. Alquadin Mohammed has been more of a rotational player, and Josh Paschal, a promising second-round pick from 2022, is about to hit free agency without a significant pass rushing resume. So the addition of someone like Hendrickson would not only fill a glaring need, but also send a message to the entire division. The Lions are not just content with being playoff contenders, they want to dominate. And speaking of division, the NFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent memory. The Minnesota Vikings have added some key pieces, the Green Bay Packers are rebuilding around a new quarterback, and the Chicago Bears are on the rise with their young talent. For Detroit, this means every game is crucial, and having a stout pass rush could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. Hendrickson's arrival would also send a statement to their rivals. Hey, Detroit isn't just here to compete. They're here to win, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. Now, let's talk a little about the broader picture. The Lions' recent history has been one of perseverance and gradual ascent. Since Dan Campbell took over as head coach, Detroit has embraced a gritty, hard-nosed identity, emphasizing toughness and resilience. The team's offense has been explosive, with Jared Goff leading the charge, supported by a talented group of receivers like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. But defense wins championships, and the Lions know this better than anyone. Their defensive unit has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency and star power are still needed to push them over the top. The 2023 season was a step in the right direction, with Detroit making the playoffs and showing they're legitimate contenders. Now, with the offseason in full swing, the focus is on how to take that leap from playoff team to Super Bowl favorite. The addition of a premier pass rusher like Hendrickson could be that game-changing move. It's about creating a balanced team that can score points, shut down opponents, and play with the kind of intensity that intimidates even the toughest defenses in the league. For Lions fans, this is an exciting time. The team's front office has been aggressive in recent years, making smart draft picks and free agent signings. The coaching staff is known for developing talent and maximizing player potential. If they pull off this trade, it would be a clear statement that Detroit is all in on their championship dreams. And it's not just about one player, it's about the message it sends to the rest of the league, that Detroit is here to stay, and they're ready to fight for every inch on that field. Now, let's reflect a bit on what Hendrickson brings to the table from a statistical and historical perspective. Over his NFL career, he's played 110 games, registered 77 sacks, and forced 14 fumbles. That kind of production doesn't come around often, especially from a player who's just entering his prime. Last season, he was a dominant force, leading the league with 17.5 sacks, and earning his first All-Pro nod along with his fourth straight Pro Bowl. His consistency and ability to generate pressure are exactly what the Lions need to elevate their defense. And if you look at his career trajectory, Hendrickson has been remarkably durable and productive, reaching over 13 sacks in both 2020 and 2021. His presence on the field alone demands attention from offensive lines, freeing up other defenders to make plays. The potential for him to thrive in Detroit's system, which emphasizes aggressive pass rush schemes, is immense. Plus, at just 30 years old, he still has several peak years ahead of him, making this trade a smart investment for the Lions' future. Of course, acquiring Hendrickson isn't just about the immediate impact. It's also about setting a tone and establishing a new standard for the team's defense. Detroit has been building through the draft, developing young talent like Hutchinson and the others. But sometimes, to push over the edge, you need to bring in proven veterans who can change the dynamic of a game. Hendrickson fits that mold perfectly. His leadership, experience, and relentless pursuit of the quarterback are qualities that can inspire the entire defensive unit. So, Lions fans, imagine a defense with Hutchinson and Hendrickson rushing from the edges, creating a wall of pressure that makes life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. Imagine the turnovers, the sacks, and the game-changing plays that could come from such a duo. That's the kind of defensive prowess that could carry Detroit deep into the playoffs, maybe even all the way to the Super Bowl. And that's why this potential trade is creating so much buzz around the league. It's a bold, strategic move that could define the Lions franchise for years to come. As we look ahead, the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and Detroit is clearly positioning itself as a team willing to take bold steps. The Lions' front office knows that to be champions, they need to be proactive, and if the Hendrickson trade materializes, it will be a testament to their ambition. Fans should stay tuned because the next few weeks could bring more news, more moves, and more reasons to be excited about what's ahead. The Lions are not just planning to participate in the 2025 NFL season, they're planning to dominate it. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. Do you think this trade will happen? Are you excited about the possibility of Hendrickson joining the team? Or do you think there are other areas the Lions should focus on? Whatever you think, make sure to share your perspective because this community thrives on your insights and passion. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and all the latest news about the Detroit Lions. So, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay connected. The road to another Super Bowl run is exciting, and with fans like you behind the team, Detroit is ready to make some noise in 2025. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep that Lions spirit alive.